The language of light is a communication with the higher self, the most subtle aspect of self. It is a broad, unifying, and multidimensional form of communication. The human challenge of it is opening to an understanding of the subtle realms, anchoring them here on earth, and not repeating old patterns of interaction. Humanity is currently opening to a new quality of empowered communication, and light language is a co-bridge for this. Light language is not new to Earth. Its origin is known as speaking in tongues to some religious and shamanistic practices throughout the world. The technical terms for these abilities are glossolalia, speaking languages of unknown origin, and xenoglossia, speaking a language unknown to the speaker but common to other humans. It is ultimately the same thing as speaking in tongues, but with expanding terminology that reflects a blend of quantum science and spirituality. Light language is varied because each human carries a unique signature of angelic, galactic, elemental, and ancestral energies, a unique cosmic heritage. This broad availability of many types of cosmic languages is perhaps the greatest difference between the language of light and speaking in tongues. Comparing light language and speaking in tongues is the equivalent of comparing modern dance to ballet. Modern dance has its origin in ballet. Some of it is similar in appearance, while some of it appears quite different, yet both are dance. Light language in its purest sense is information. It can be written, spoken, sung, or signed as it moves through our voice, hands, and body. This language, the information, is transmitted via light. The information is much more than what is visible or audible. It is the information of loving intent, and thus it is deeply layered. It is composed of audible and inaudible instructions that shift our vibration and improve our experience. It is a pure transmission of love, which is a higher frequency, less dense communication than just words. Light language is a pure transmission of love that will do no harm. Because humanity does not understand the languages, it cannot bypass free will. Because there cannot be conscious agreement, there cannot be deception. Light language cannot manipulate the person who is receiving it. Our higher self is the vehicle of choice and functionality for the transmission. Our higher self filters the light language encodement for our best advantage. We receive the energies that are aligned with our intent. Our intent is the totality of information behind any thoughts, words, or deeds. If our intent is not empowered enough to benefit from the frequencies, our higher self may naturally direct us away from that transmission. As light language interacts with our energy field, it behaves like a time-release capsule. It unfolds healing in an invisible sequence through time as our higher self cascades opportunities for our best growth and change. While it is possible to negate the healing effects of light language, it offers a profound opportunity for our higher self to guide our improvement. Light language is a broad concept. It is a richly layered form of communication within the subtle realms of existence. To understand it, one must comprehend some basic principles of the quantum nature of life. Light language is quantum language. It is called the language of light because language is information and light is a quantum packet with the potential to exhibit both wave-like and particle-like properties. Since there are little to no preconceived or defined terms within light language, the information is received in wave form rather than particle form. A waveform is banded to intent. This is why the effect of light language changes with each listener or each repeated listening. the higher self is more available to interact with the healing frequencies without the interference of human resistance or confusion. The light language frequencies transmit healing information to the body, which the higher self immediately receives and instructs. This creates the particle light response within the process as it becomes specific to the person receiving it in the moment. Thus, the language of light is quantum information, unique to the observer in the moment. Due to its quantum nature, light language is a holistic communication. It directly interacts with our light body, initiating change within our most subtle and creative aspect. Because there is an innate, heart-centered recognition of it, light language automatically fires creation memories or divine blueprint neurons in the physical brain. Our ancient languages, especially their written form, had a basis in the light patterns the brain creates as it transmits neural impulses. These sparks are the catalysts of new neural imprinting and the release of negative brain patterning habits. This new patterning in turn releases different hormones in the body than the previous patterns created, resulting in changes to our physical experience over time. Light language begins an opening of human telepathic channels. It is not a direct telepathic transmission of a single thought. It interacts directly with our overall intuitive receptors, rather than our physical mental capacities, which hears words and tone of voice and understand their meaning. Our telepathic abilities may include hearing other people's thoughts, feeling their emotions, or even feeling their physical experience. Light language is a full telepathic experience, not just a mental telepathic transference. Light language is like a library condensed into sound, symbol, or movement. It is actual language that is being transmitted, but it is not typically as linear as human languages. It is a multidimensional communication form with many layers of information that our biomechanists can utilize for healing and learning. It can be transmitted and received through direct telepathic transference without hearing or seeing it. In short, it can operate at levels beyond our conscious mind, though it is always our higher self utilizing the encodements, the information as appropriate for each moment. Light language is dynamic sound and light encodements that interact with our energy field. It triggers a change of response that balances our vibrational information in the moment. Our higher self initiates our unique response to the transmission. We receive, understand, and utilize the quantum information of the language of light on an unconscious level for our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing. Each time we interact with the transmission, energy field is different, so it affects us differently according to our current needs. Light language is an effective tool for dealing with emotions. As it works deeply with the heart, it is a catalyst of release and resolution that bypasses our mental constructs and speaks directly to our heart. Underneath all of the information about light language is a resonance of love that is palpable to the many people who are open to it. It often inspires tears, a knowing, or a longing for home. This response is an unconscious recognition of the languages and an indication of healing. It is an experience of great release and shifts in emotion as one interacts with the vibrational frequency of love, the connective language of the heart. Much of the clarity of language is within the trust of the unknown. This trust heals mental barriers by dissolving heart barriers. Light language is generally not translated word for word. It is a deeply layered alchemical transmission of information. It frequently sounds and looks like various Earth languages. Listeners may identify it as sounding Native American, Asian, or another human language. In written form, it often looks like an offshoot of Arabic, Sumerian handwriting, or Sanskrit, to name a few. Light language is not bound by linear time. Each transmission can be a unique blend of languages from various time streams and energy resonances. It may include aspects of ancient human languages and future human languages. It may be a transmission from non-human energies, such as angels, elementals, or various galactic races. Light language does not generally translate as linearly and specifically as human languages. It contains vast information and healing frequencies within it, so a translation will vary, though it will always contain a thread of continuity. There are many varieties of light language. We connect with energies that are significant for our life path and what needs to shift or expand. Each transmission is open to what is most appropriate for healing in the moment. There is a general umbrella of elemental, angelic, and galactic vibrations that transmit light language. Each of these can be composed of a wide variety of energies. Elven light language focuses on heart-mind connection in order to bring the peace of high-level knowledge onto the earth plane. Fairy light language helps humanity open the heart and connect to life through joyful reverence for all life. Angelic light language heals on a deeply emotional level. It reminds us that we are divine, that we are sacred. Galactic light language activates an increase in excitement for expansion and progress, the passion of life to evolve. Ancient or future Earth light language ignites memories, gives, heals traumas, and works intimately with the human experience. In truth, all the languages are more similar than they are different. They all have the same purpose: to elevate humanity, to heal, to help people grow and have hope and excitement for the process and progress of life. We will naturally access the energies that are most beneficial for us. However, that may change over time or even in the single transmission. The power of light language is an intense reminder of a deeper communion with life. Communion is a sacred sharing, and it is the basis of the language of light. Humanity is strengthening into a greater level of connection with all life. As we receive a transmission from another or allow it to flow directly through us, we open our physical vehicle to a communion with our higher self and the core of love. This is our true nature. We are initiating an anchoring of sacred communion here on earth. Our cells change, our perceptions change, and thus our future changes. This ripples out to affect others, the earth, and our multiverse in ways that are currently unpredictable. Our ability to discern what is right for us and to trust our own judgment when something is not is a powerful lesson that light language helps to anchor. The language of light brings the external of life, divine beings, angels, galactic beings, other humans, into the internal, as humanity begins to communicate on a more connective and universal scale. Language of light calls the human heart into power and connects it with the mind. With that, we expand our ability to communicate and understand. We interact differently and the world changes. Light language is a catalyst in the evolution of humans' ability to communicate and connect. It is a profound advancement of communication with the higher self, and even beyond that, into multidimensional awareness and communication with the life beyond the human experience. Light language is coming forth increasingly at this time because it is a powerful catalyst for the ascension of humanity, our natural evolution into a higher frequency, a higher resonance of love. We are beginning to open to additional aspects of our innate divine nature. As humanity evolves into a deeper awareness of the connected nature of all of life, it begins to open to communication that enhances this connection and understanding. As our personal vibrational frequency calibrates faster, higher, we are more consciously aware of higher frequency information, love. Light language is a fifth dimensional and higher form of communication, though people will be drawn to it as they exert fourth dimensional expression. Light language is a fascinating discovery of human capability. The ability to communicate in a more conceptual and connected way is a profound advancement for humanity. It is an esoteric experience that is not easily defined. There is no dictionary for it. As we uncover what light language means to humanity, we begin to discover a heritage beyond our physical birth. We recognize a continuing unseen connection to other realms of existence that are ultimately not so separate from humanity. We begin to honor our inevitable ascension, the natural evolution into our inherent divine nature. The emergence of light language is an indicator of humanity growth into fourth density physicality. It creates greater communication and connection, both with one another and the subtle realms. The journey of life expands. I invite you to visit my website, Knowledge and Abundance, to learn more about the world of spirituality and mystery of life. Much love, happiness, and blessings to you. I appreciate you. Thank you.